Yay, you press play. Now put your fucking phone down. Okay, no more phone while you're driving, and everyone's gonna be okay. Everyone's gonna be fine. Cool. That's that. Now, let's start the episode of this podcast. Fair enough? Cool. Hey, I saw you look at your phone. Don't do that again. Okay, now we'll start. Welcome to Board While Driving, and thank you for listening. If you're wondering how to listen on another app or another platform, perhaps the one you're listening on currently, just go to www.boardwhiledriving.com and you can find all the links to where this podcast is available. Okay, cool. Thank you. Today, Armen and I watched Game of Thrones Season 2. Ooh, Season 2 now. Episode 1, The North Remembers. The episode description reads, Tyrion arrives to save Joffrey's crown from threats old and new. Daenerys searches for allies in water in the Red Waste. Jon Snow and the Night's Watch face the wilderness beyond the Wall. On the island of Dragonstone, Stannis Baratheon plots an invasion to claim his late brother's throne, allying himself with the fiery Melisandre. This episode was directed by Alan Taylor and written by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let's kick this thing off. Where's the remote?
You need to go kill babies and children.
Where's the remote though? Is it gonna turn down? Where's that?
I said that was a very good ending to this episode for sure. Because it was like, it's like both of them. But now, if they find the bastard, then they get the girl too. They're pretty vital.
Yeah, they're both the most wanted.
Like, they're both wanted pretty badly.
In the realm, yeah.
And they're together.
Hiding and pretending not to be them. In the Night's Watch.
But how it just... Those knights, they're so they just have to obey.
Well, they take an oath that they will.
Okay, I guess, but still. Yeah, I don't want to kill a baby.
Yeah, killing babies is fucked up, but it has precedent. There was a Targaryen king that, his
exclusively baby kill.
His dad had a lot of bastards, so basically there was a lot of competition, and he killed a lot of them in order to make sure that, you know, his claim to the throne was never threatened by somebody who thought that they might be able to make a jump. So, yeah, it's fucked up. And it's also like, Jesus, how many kids did Robert have? How many whores has he been fucking since, well, I guess?
Well, I mean, we knew he was fucking.
Well, he's been apparently king for like 20 years or some shit.
Yeah.
That's just 20 years of just day in, day out. Just drinking, whoring, and fucking to an early grave. It's almost like watching this episode, the first of the second season, in comparison to almost every episode of the first season. Like, this one was so much better, just in like scene for scene.
Oh, yeah. Except one scene.
Which one?
When what's it called? I don't know, Peter Dinklage's guy. I don't want to be like the midget guy, but
Tyrion.
Tyrion, that's his name. When his girlfriend, wife, we don't know yet, it was outside the balcony. It looked bad.
The CGI of the city.
Yes.
Well,
that was it.
It's because they have to superimpose her onto that, and they have to CGI out all of the modern stuff of the cityscape of Croatia, because that's what it is.
Yeah, but still.
Well,
Still
okay.
They could have done a better job.
Okay.
Considering it was season 2 and not season 1, we have less money probably.
Oh, for sure. It's just cool because it's like. Plus, the story gets so much more intricate. Like, it's funny listening to you. You're like, oh, like when fucking Peter Dinklage and Cersei have their scene about knowledge is power, power is power.
Yeah.
And like, but before that, they're like trading jabs back and forth. I heard a story once of a boy who loved a girl, but and you're like, ooh, that's a deep cut. Yeah, bitch. And then he'll come back with like I heard a rumor too, though.
The comebacks on in this show are vicious.
They really are.
It's like, wow, man, you like, cause on purpose they're doing that shit, like, hey, you're a little bitch, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
or,
Your incestuous ass relationship with your twin brother, motherfucker.
But Tyrion is the best at the comebacks. I've noticed.
Oh yeah.
He's probably suffered through so much growing up that he had to. That was his only option in life, was to like know how to take a joke and then turn it around against another person. But the fact that like he's rich helps a lot.
Well, yeah, because he got the live.
Like that's his only move.
Is the money. He's really smart at playing the Game of Thrones, and that's why it's fun watching him in this episode, because like first scene he shows up, just like pops in on Joffrey. He's like, well, sorry, gotta go. There's so much to do, and it's like oh my. For someone who plays the Game of Thrones as well as he does, it's fun to see him. And Peter Dinklage does a good job of it, because it is like a fun moment. And I like how like they just almost get like meta for a second when he's telling Cersei, you love your children, but your one redeeming quality, other than your cheekbones. Like, of course he has to have like a jab, but like the whole just like pointing out Cersei's only redeeming quality. Like she's like a terrible person. She's like awful and spiteful and vengeful and just like angry most of the time and drunk.
And which one's Cersei? The queen?
Yeah.
Oh, she's drunk.
Well, she drinks a lot of wine.
Probably because of fucking the twins. Just to like overcome that thought.
I was gonna say, you haven't even processed that yet. The twin fucking. Not the twin fucking, the nephew. The cousin, actually. I guess it's a cousin.
But I feel like that dude's not gonna die anytime soon. Because
Lancel?
It's too obvious for him to die. Which one's Lancel?
The cousin that she was fucking while Jamie was away.
Jamie.
Jamie?
Yeah.
Well, he's a captive right now. He's still trying to play fucking wordplay with the Starks, but Rob shut that shit down with fucking Grey Wind. That's like one of the biggest things in the books when they talk about how Rob like gets so many battlefield victories against the Lannisters early on in the war is the fact that Greywind, his direwolf, is like
The best.
he's like a streak of lightning across the battlefield is what they say, of just murder. And like they'll probably have little bits and pieces, so spoiler alert, but there'll be like times when you'll hear like especially in the book.
Spoiler alert.
It's not like a spoiler alert. It's like when they're talking about the war, like when you hear like in the book, like it'll be like if you're hearing like, you know, soldier conversation or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll be talking about almost like it's like a boogeyman. They talk about the gray lightning that seems to streak across the field whenever Robb Stark is there. And anyway, that's why it's really cool. Problem is they fucked that CGI up too. It's like it's real hard to get like a person and a direwolf, which is like just a regular wolf, so they have to like capture a wolf movement and then like try to make it bigger relative to like a human, you know?
Yeah.
It comes across real weird. But overall,
Good start.
A+ start to a season.
No, it's just good start.
Oh, just good.
Regular
B+.
A. No,
Oh, just regular A.
A.
Okay. As long as it's a regular A.
Yeah, no, it's. I like the end. I like the oh cool now. And there was enough Khaleesi in this one for me to be like enjoyed. Like what the previous most of the. She's not even a big part at all when as a, like, you know, obviously you've seen all of these, but like in like the first season, not enough. Second season, still like the same pace that she's had.
Just kind of like wasting away out in the desert.
Sort of, but yeah, just like it's so slow. Everything is so slow for her. But then when something happens, it's like fast. Oh, the dragon's alive. Like they're like children. They're not like getting really be babies yet. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what to tell you there.
Yeah. Well.
But overall, good episode.
Fine.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him two lips like roses and clover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. roses and clover.